Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our meeting here. I believe this is this our last meeting of the year?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Last
that's what
one
I
in
thought.
2013.
All right, well, we'll try to send ourselves out with a bang here today. So with that, we'll get started and start with the approval of the minutes from our last board meeting on November 26th. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Minutes pass. On to the next order of business, which is, I believe, a report here from the city auditor.
Yes, Commissioners, I'd like to have Doug Jones join us today, and this is probably the first time Doug has been to the park board. Is that
In a long
in
time.
a long time? Okay.
Well, welcome.
Well, you're welcome, and he's going to give us information on a scope statement.
Yes, Mr. President, members of the Commission, Doug Jones, City Auditor's Office. I'm here to present a scope statement for our audit examining how the community center facility use is managed. Presentation will outline our reasons for doing the audit objectives, the work we will perform, and our anticipated release date. Parks and Recreation Department operates 10 community centers throughout the city. These facilities provide space for meetings, gatherings, recreation and fitness, cultural arts, and other activities. City and department policies, procedures, and practices provide the framework for managing these facilities and safeguarding the department's assets. The only ice rink operated by the city is at the Line Creek Community Center. All ice skating activities and programs use this facility. We received a complaint from a patron about how league fees for an adult hockey league at Line Creek Community Center were being handled by center staff. The patron also thought the league was being operated by the Parks and Recreation Department. The patron's concerns suggested that policies and procedures established to manage the center and protect city assets may not have been operating as designed or may have been inadequate. Although we are limiting our audit to the summer 2013 Adult Hockey League at Line Creek, control weaknesses at one location could be an indication that similar problems might exist at other centers or in other programs. Our audit objective is to answer the following question. Did Parks and Recreation Department staff follow established rules and procedures in managing community center facility use for the Summer Adult Hockey League at Line Creek? To address the objective, we will interview Parks and Recreation management staff, review available documentation to identify how the Summer Adult Hockey League was operated and ice rental payments were recorded, and we'll also compare actions to rules and procedures established by the city and the department. We plan to present the audit to the board and the City Council in March 2014. This concludes my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Very good. Are there any questions? Thank you for that detail here. I mean, it's very helpful, very clear and concise on the work that's going to be done.
Yes.
Anybody have any
Well, I
questions?
just wanted to say, Doug, you might have mentioned you're going to take this to the City Council, Finance, and Audit tomorrow morning.
We're going to present this to the Neighborhoods Committee tomorrow at noon.
Okay. City Council Committee at noon tomorrow.
Yes.
Great.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next order of business, resolution number 30120.
Yes, Commissioners, this is a bid recommendation to the Wilson Group to build two spray grounds, one in Seven Oaks Park, the other in Spring Valley Park. You have a memo in your packet from Travis Kiefer. We would recommend approval, and if you have any questions, Travis is here.
Any questions of Travis? Okay, hearing none, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
The motion is seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Resolution passes. Resolution number 30121.
Yes, Commissioners, this is amendment number 1 with Event Energy for our race coordination. We worked with this company last year, and this would be the second year starting up in 2014. You have a memo in your packet from Heidi Downer that details the scope of services. If you have any questions, Heidi's here to answer those.
Okay. Are there any questions of Heidi? I think this is pretty straightforward. so-
Yeah. Just
Yeah. You had a question? Or?
No,
No, pretty
straightforward.
Yeah, straight it is. To the point, I think we're all pleased with the work that's being done there. So with that, is there a motion to approve the recommendation?
So moved.
Is there a second? Is the
Second.
motion seconded? Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good, resolution passes. Resolution number 30122.
Yes, Commissioners, recommendation, fees and charges within the Community Services Division. You have a memo from Mark Boland that gives you your background and recommendation. And Would recommend approval. Again, if you have any questions, Mark is here to answer those.
Okay. Mark, you want to say anything about this? I know you like to give us always a report about these.
I
Yeah.
do, because I think it's important that we talk about some of the rationale behind making the recommendations to the board. Obviously, the request from our users of our summer enrichment camp felt that us going to a $50 per week versus a $350 or a $200 fee for the, or $225 to $400 fee for summer enrichment camps would be a little bit more liking to their budget. So if they're going to do $50 per week, they can do that versus paying for the entire season. The other thing that we thought was going to be helpful in that same process would be to offer a 10% discount for each child after the first child. We thought that that would also allow greater access for multifamily children to access our summer enrichment camps. And that was also a part of the assessment that we received from the recreation assessment that we received this past year. One of the other issues with our holiday special, both for the annual and monthly pass, and I'll just say along with the other annual fitness passes, was that the wellness division did a health risk assessment. And one of the top things that came out of that assessment was that more than 80% of the city employees had overweight and some high-risk obese related ranges. We felt that this offering to city employees obviously would benefit them, would benefit the city overall in terms of reduced health costs, increased quality of life for those who would participate in these programs, and consequently laid out these recommendations for the board to approve. One of the other added benefits for the annual fitness participants is that we would like to offer free to those participants instructions or classes that our staff instruct versus those that are contracted. So we have a host of things that we think will add value to the quality of life for citizens here in Kansas City, particularly our employees, and would recommend board approval of these proposed fees and charges and program enhancements.
Mark, quick question. On this annual fitness pass, there's also a pass in which people from the community, residents can buy a pass to use all the community centers, right?
Absolutely.
Is that on here? Where
It
is
is.
that
And I'll just
reflected?
give you a copy of
Okay.
what we have.
Thank you.
That is the current price for our all access pass. That all access pass will take, or it will now be, take the place of the, not take the place, but the proposed $200 holiday special will also serve for that all access pass.
So for $200, you could get
You can go to any one of the community
any one of the
centers.
community centers and any fitness program that's offered by our staff for $200
Wow.
for a year.
Wow.
And obviously, we're evaluating.
That's a good Christmas gift.
And we owe it to the health.
Let me say that in the mic really good. That is a good Christmas gift. I said that very nice.
I think we owe it to the employees of the city to ensure that their health is first and foremost part of the business that we
Yeah,
provide.
that is fantastic. I'm going to just take a different sort of question here, and I'd like to engage Heidi on this one. Heidi, are we talking at all to media about this deal from a standpoint in terms of, I mean, this is one heck of a promotion.
Absolutely.
And are we getting Mark on TV to talk about, boy, isn't this great? Look, we're,
Yeah, I have a news release or an email blast prepared to go out for tomorrow.
okay. I'm sure that was part of
And
your
then-
marketing report when you're later on in the,
Well, now it doesn't have to be.
okay. Okay, thank
But
you.
we're ready to pull the trigger on all of the marketing and all of the initiatives that might get this out to our employees and the citizens of
great.
Kansas City.
Thank you. All right, Commissioners, we know what you're putting in the stocking stuffers for your loved ones, so we know that. Very
For
good.
every commissioner.
Exactly, you got it. Thank you very much. Is there a motion to approve staff recommendations?
So moved.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded, any further discussion? Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good, the resolution passes.
And just for the record, I did say employees, but those holiday gift certificates are for any citizen.
Yes.
Or any person that would like to purchase them.
Yep.
At any location, they can purchase them, at any
Great.
community center.
And thank you for making that adjustment. I know we talked about that earlier, about how it was only at one site before you could buy it. And now you guys have opened it up, which is great. Thank you. Resolution number 30123.
Yes, Commissioners, this is a request for a grant application through Platte County Parks and Recreation. This first item is for trail markings and trail signage up at Tiffany Springs Park. If you have any questions, Travis is here to answer those.
All right, any questions of Travis in regards to this project? All right, hearing none, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded. Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Didn't hear everybody's unanimous voice in that one, so motion passes. Very good. Resolution number 30124.
Yes, Commissioners, this is also a grant request to Platte County. This is for a laser ice leveling system. This will be attached to the Zamboni up at the Line Creek Community Center. Again, this is a grant to the Platte County Parks and Recreation for $25,000.
Great. Okay. Any questions? Alan has a request. He'd like to ride the Zamboni when it's ready to go.
We will duly noted that once the ice leveling
That's
system,
part of the
assuming we get the
recommendation.
grant and get
Yes.
the laser machine hooked to the Zamboni, we'll have Alan test that
Excellent.
out.
That's going to be an amendment to the recommendation.
Where does the
Motion.
match come from?
We'll take this out of community center operational. It's
Okay.
$5,000. I mean, it's significant, it's not a lot of money. I mean,
Yeah, for what you have. Not bad. Just get bang for your buck.
it'll improve the level of ice cream, yeah, but yeah, it's matching money from our budget.
Okay.
Okay, great. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So
Is
moved.
there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Resolution passes. Resolution number 30125.
Yes, Commissioners, this is a request to approve an amendment, actually amendment number 5, with the Kansas City Rose Society
All right.
for continuation improvements over at the Loose Park Rose Garden. We have a guest today.
Great.
Sandy Campuzano is here, and I know Sandy would like to address the board.
Great. Hello, welcome. Good to see you.
It's always nice to be here. In your hands,
Yes.
you have our latest endeavor. It is absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
And you may notice on the back that it tells you everything you need to know about the wood and the quality and the superb craftsmanship. So we are thrilled that this portion of our project is complete now. And so phase 1 is done. I would remind you that we are in the throes of a strategic plan that began 13 years ago. And we are on the very last, we're at the end of it. We hope to be finished by June, Rose Day, June 2014. So the next phase is phase 2, and that will begin in January. But most of all, I just wanted to say that this would not have been possible without the partnership that we have had with the Parks Department, who allowed us to do this somewhat on our own terms, in terms of the financing and the fundraising. And we are deeply grateful for the amount of money that will help us with this. And again, without these partnerships, it just wouldn't have happened. So thank you again, and we welcome you to come anytime to look at it. It's also nice in the snow.
I ran through Lewis Park a couple of weeks, well, before it was too cold. And it really does. It stands out. It looks fantastic. It really does.
We're very, very
Yes.
pleased.
Yep.
And the thank you goes both directions for the partnership. We're very happy to be able to partner with concerned and dedicated citizens in the city. And when we have this opportunity, it's just nothing but to the benefit of both. So thank you very much.
Well, we've been the stewards, not me personally, but since 1931, we're standing on the shoulders of some incredibly intelligent, dedicated people, and we're happy to carry the tradition forward. So look forward to seeing you
We will be
insert.
there. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Sandy.
Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Resolution passes. Resolution number 30126.
Yes, Commissioners, this is an amendment with Eldorado Incorporated Architects. We're doing work on the Swope Park greenhouse. This is time only. It would take us into May of 2014. If you have any questions on the scope of work involved, Travis is here to answer those.
All right. Any questions on this project? All right. Go ahead.
Is there any, what is the reason for the extension of time? Has there been some problem, or?
No, Commissioner, it hasn't necessarily been a problem. What we're in the process of doing is obtaining additional support for the building. And the director and I had an opportunity last week to try to sell the greenhouse a little bit to some of the other departments within the city, as well as city council members at a meeting that we attended over at Water Services, and the importance, and it just makes good fiscal sense to have this greenhouse and incorporate the plants and so forth that we need, not just for Parks and Rec, but also for the BMPs that the city's involved in all over the city. Water Services is involved in a very large project, about 640-acre project over in the Marlboro area. That one single project will involve a little over 15,000 plants. And so when you look at those, you don't have, it doesn't take very long to figure that, it's the cost savings in bringing those plants and having them available there, because you have the initial planting and then you have the replantings that's typically required on those type of species to get them established in those areas to serve as BMPs and to help manage the stormwater all over the city. So again, Councilwoman Circo was at that meeting, and several other departments, a lot of the consultants and so forth, and I think it was, I thought, very well received.
Well, Travis is absolutely correct. And the reason the times we're trying to build the partnerships to build the greenhouse, and we've already talked to the zoo, we're talking to Starlight, as you mentioned in the memo, and then Water Services. So sometime after the first year, we'll have a presentation of more defined design of the greenhouse, and hopefully also at the same time have a funding package together with our other partners that makes this possible.
Thank you. That's kind of what I wanted to get into the record.
All right. Well, then
I move approval.
Okay, right. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good, motion passes. Resolution number 30127.
Yes, Commissioners, this is also an amendment. This one is with Gould Evans for the World Memorial. Again, this is time only, take us in July of 14, and this is primarily to finish up the work they've already started, some of the work that can be done in the winter months, and this gives them the spring to finish the work. Again, if you have any questions, Travis is here to answer those.
Okay. Any questions of Travis? No? Great. Glad to see us continue to do some work up there, so. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
All right,
Second.
Motion seconded. Okay, great. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, very good. Resolution passes. On to the director's report.
Travis?
Travis. Here we go, sand volleyball.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I have a couple items this afternoon. One is the citywide sand volleyball update. That's the first one on top. We have a reconstruction of sand volleyball court over at Roanoke Park, and the construction of a new sand volleyball court over Brookside Park. And Heather Runkle's project manager for this. Wilson Group is contractor selected. It's a $137,000 project, expected to be completed in the spring of 2014. You can see some of the work that's already begun at these courts. Aside from the courts, although one, you can see, I think it's the second page, where where that hillside, where the limestone slab amphitheater seating will be installed over there, be a
Yeah.
great amenity to that area,
Yeah.
so.
How does that, courts get reserved? Is it just like with any one of our other ball fields? You want to,
Got the answer.
just want to make sure.
Yeah, actually, it is the same process as we have on our athletic fields. We are in conversations with a couple of different leagues to see if they want to start partnering with us on adult programs. And sand volleyball is one of the sports they're interested in. So that's primarily targeted at this area and the downtown area. So we have a tremendous amount of demand for sand volleyball right now. So we're pretty excited that we're going to be able to fulfill some of that.
Is there any thinking about building additional courts aside? I know we're doing Brookside. We'll talk about that in a second. But is there any other areas and other parks we've identified in the future?
I believe it's still in Mulkey for now, right? Or is it out of Mulkey? I
It's-
think
it's-
Mulkey is still in.
Yeah.
The other area that we're looking at is possibly Gage.
Great, Gage, great.
Yeah,
Very
because
cool.
Gage isn't really deep enough for some other sports, but it probably would be good for that, so.
Sounds good. Fantastic. Thank you.
Any other questions on the volleyball?
So is there any seating there at Brookside? Is it kind of at the top of the hill?
There's picnic tables in that area, but I don't believe that one had proposed any additional, like terraced seating,
Right.
like you have over at Roanoke.
Cool.
And it would not be a construction update without a discussion about new restrooms or restroom renovations. So
ADA compliant.
that's the second item. We have the Greg Kleiss Community Center ADA restroom upgrades underway over there. Blue Moon Hauling is actually the contractor. You remember a few weeks ago, we talked about some of the work they were doing up here on Elmwood, installing the new prefabricated restroom facility up there. And they're also performing the ADA upgrades down at Greg Kleiss. And so this is a $59,000 upgrade, and some of the items include pipe insulation, grab bar insulation, lowering dispensers and so forth to proper heights to meet the ADA requirements, and relocation of some of the fixtures. Due to some flanges that need to be fabricated specifically for this application, the entire project won't wrap up until sometime in the spring when we get those fabricated parts back, but the restrooms will be fully utilized. In fact, they're open now, fully functional by that week of Christmas and after Christmas, when we usually see an influx of folks at the center. So, any questions?
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Travis.
Thanks, Travis. Heidi?
I just have now warmed up. We survived Santa's Wonderland weekend, so as you know, we had 4 of them this year: Swope, Gillum, Penguin, and Longview, and it was super frigid weather. But we still had decent turnout, smaller than normal, but that's to be anticipated when it's like 6 degrees. So anyway, I would like to thank the district staffs who did such a great job of making each of the parks look beautiful with the lights and the inflatables, and they drive the sleigh, which brings Santa in, and that's very exciting. And then also we have a great partnership with the Starlight Stars of Tomorrow from Starlight Theater, and those kids come out in the cold and sing their hearts out, kind of as an opening act for Santa. So this was a big weekend. In addition to Santa's Wonderlands, we had Holodazzle at Bruce R. Watkins, and then also a visit from St. Nicholas at the Shoal Creek Living History Museum. Of course, that is not the end of our holiday activities. The holiday parties at our community centers are in full force and continuing through the 14th. And we did get confirmation from the mayor's office that he will be attending the holiday parties at Greg Kleiss Community Center and Tony Aguirre Community Center on the 14th. So that'll be exciting for the kids. We have the Kris Kringle Run this weekend, and that's Saturday morning, and I was thrilled to see it's, I think, going to be 40, so that's like a heat wave. I'll tell you the difference even from Friday night, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night to Sunday when it was like 5 degrees warmer. It was amazing being out at Santa's. And then today, right, and you need to be in shorts. Of course, as you know, we have our employee awards breakfast, and this is where our employees will get their awards for their service to the city, their continuous service to the city, and that's on Wednesday, December the 18th at 7:30 in the morning at the World War I Museum at Liberty Memorial. And hopefully you can all be in attendance there. Just let Carmen know if you'll be able to make it. And then we have Skate with Santa at Line Creek Ice Arena on the 21st. So, yeah, well, on the really straight ice or flat ice.
Right
out there.
One-trick pony.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Anything else we want to go over on the director's public hearing? Nobody's signed up. Want to do the calendar review?
Yeah, I'll take a quick, Heidi's covered the bulk of it. The Friends of the Zoo has their board meeting tomorrow, 4 o'clock, and that's their annual, well, that's not their annual, they're going to go back in October, so this is just their, I guess I'll call it the last meeting of the year. And Starlight has their last meeting of the year on the 17th, which is 7:30 a.m. on the 17th. And then our next board meeting will be the first one in the calendar year of 2014, which will be on the 7th.
Great. Great.
And the only other thing I'll mention is PIAC finished their deliberations on Friday, PIAC committee. You know, they've been meeting on Fridays now for the better part of the summer. Thank you. And they wrapped up. I have a copy of their recommendations. They'll be forwarded to the manager, city mayor, or mayor and city council. And I'll have, I will send you a copy of that. Great. We just got it, they wrapped up Friday. We got a copy of it yesterday. So I'll send that on to you.
Okay.
That's it.
Great. All right, so I think we need to go into, potentially go into closed session, so
Steve, got an item?
would one of my fellow commissioners care to recommend?
I'll make a motion that the board hold a closed session to discuss legal, real estate, or personnel issues pursuant to revised statute section 610.021.
Okay, very good. Is there a second?
Second.
So motion seconded. Commissioner Dillingham,
Yes.
Commissioner Mecklenburg.
Yes.
Commissioner Jordan votes yes. Commissioner Judy.
Yes.
Very good. We are in closed session.